Last time we did increasing, decreasing, local maxima, minima, their values, plus graph also. So the steps were like this. If you have a function given to you, differentiate. Second step, equate it to 0. Solve for critical points. Plot a number line. Decide the sign scheme for dy by dx. Or you can say form intervals. Once you form intervals, if derivative is positive in that interval, the function is increasing. If derivative is negative, maybe it's like this. So when the derivative has positive sign, the function is increasing function. If it's negative, it'll be a decreasing function. And if it's positive again, it'll be increasing function. Then if on the left of a point, function is increasing, dy by dx is positive, that is, function is increasing. Then x1 is point of local maxima. If on the left of a point, derivative is positive, function is increasing, it's a point of local maxima. Devarshi, welcome to NICS.
Thank you, sir.
And if you find the value of f of x1, this would be local maximum value. Then it'll be local maximum value. So this was the first derivative test. And then I told you in the last class, if you find the second derivative, that is, you differentiate function once again and substitute the point, the critical point, x1 and x2. And if its double derivative is negative, then it is point of local maxima. So either you can use first derivative test, just see what happens to the sign of derivative on the left of the point. If it's positive, function is increasing, you're basically reaching to a peak. So if you're reaching to a peak, that means x1 is point of local maxima. In the second derivative, it's just opposite. In the second derivative, you need to substitute the point and the value should be negative. So it's point of local maxima. So local minima, second derivative would be positive, or like here on the left of x2, on the immediate left of x2, the function will be decreasing. All right. Now we'll talk about absolute and maximum minimum values. Absolute, maximum, minimum value. See, it is not a point. It is absolute maximum minimum value of a function. In this question, you'll be given a function and an interval. Find absolute maximum and minimum value of the function in the given interval. Find absolute maximum minimum value in the given interval. पढ़ने कल तुमने आई नहीं लास्ट क्लास में संडे?
सोल फीवर था।
अच्छा, so you've been given a closed interval like this. You've been given a function, and the question is find absolute maximum minimum value. Now, what are the steps? So this is equation number 1. Differentiate function. Find dy by dx. Equate it to 0 and solve for x1, x2, and so on. Basically, you're finding critical points. We differentiate the function and then solve it for x1, x2, and so on. Now we don't look for whether the given point is point of local maxima or local minima. There's no need. There's no need to find out whether it's a point of local maxima or minima. All you have to do is you find f of a, you find f of b, you find f of x1, you find f of x2. You find all these values. Suppose this is the graph of the function. Say this is the critical point x1. This is critical point x2. And there could be many points, There could be some other point also, say another critical point is x3 where the derivative is 0. But you have to see, you have to take only that point which falls in the given interval. Suppose A is here and B is here. This is A and this is B. So we look for the points which fall in the interval A comma B. So now you can see yourself, this is A and this is B. The points which fall in the interval are basically x1 and x2 only. x3 is outside the interval. So the point which is outside the interval, you don't have to consider that. So don't take this point which is outside the interval. So I'm not taking x3. It is not in the interval. So the point which lies in the interval, you find, you substitute those, including a and b in the given function. You need to substitute over here, not in the derivative. And as you can see here, the largest value, this is f of a. In the graph, this is f of a. This value is f of x1. This is f of x2. And this is f of b. So as you can see from the graph, what is the largest value? F of x1. So this would be absolute maximum value of the function. And what is the minimum value out of f of a, f of x1, f of x2, and f of b? Graphically, it appears to be f of a. So this would be absolute minimum value. So this is how you find absolute maximum minimum value of a function. लिख लो. Without graph. Graph I just told you that this is the maximum minimum. यहाँ देखना है. Find the derivative, get the critical points, and then the point which fall in the interval, only those points you consider. All of those substitute in the f of function. So the greatest value would be the absolute maximum value. The smallest would be absolute minimum value. You don't have to find out whether it's local maximum or minimum. Let's answer this question. Suppose some function is f of x is equal to 4x minus x square by 2, and the interval is minus 2 to 9 by 2. Second question is f of x is sin x plus cos x, and the interval is 0 to pi. So we've been given interval. Differentiate. You have the steps with you. Hmm. See, these are the steps. You find dy by dx. It will be 4 minus x. Next step is equated to 0. So that gives x equal to 4. And 4 lies. 4 belongs to the interval minus 2 to 9 by 2. So now you'll find f of minus 2, f of 4, and f of 9 by 2. तीनों वैल्यूज निकालो. x1 is this 4. नहीं है ना. और अगर if like में फॉल करे, अगर सपोज तुम्हारा इंटरवल होता -2 to 3, तो 4 भी नहीं लेते. फिर हम सिर्फ एफ ऑफ -2 एफ ऑफ ये निकालेंगे. सो व्हाट इज एफ ऑफ -2? Substitute in this function minus minus 10. What is f of 4? 8. What is f of 9 by 2? 7.8. So the largest value is 8. So this is basically absolute maximum value of the function. So in absolute maximum minimum, it will be the value of the function, not the point. You can't say that f x equal to 4 is point of absolute maxima. No. Absolute maximum value is 4. Sorry, 8. So 8 is absolute maximum value. And what is the minimum or among all? So this is absolute minimum value. This is absolute maximum value, and that is absolute minimum value. Next. I have shared a basic assignment on AOD. Question 101, 100 and 101. 100 and 101. This done second part हो गया? The second part, when you differentiate, it is f dash x. This is cos x minus sin x. The next step is you equate it to 0. Cos 2x. So that gives you tan x is equal to 1. So tan x will be 1 in the first quadrant, pi by 4, and third quadrant also, 5 pi by 4, right? So as such, x, now you have two values, x1, x2, pi by 4 and third quadrant, because tan is positive in the first and the third quadrant. So this is pi by 4, you add pi to it, becomes 5 pi by 4. So basically there are two critical points. But the problem is interval is 0 to pi. So since interval is 0 to pi, you don't consider this. This will not be considered. Okay. We find f of 0, f of pi by 4, f of pi. So what is f of 0? 1. F of pi by 4, 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. And f of pi is minus 1 because sin pi is 0. So this is absolute maximum value. This is absolute minimum value. We don't say it's point of maximum minima. It is absolute maximum minimum value. Now we move to word problems. Question number 100 and 101. Somebody got the assignment?
Yes, sir.
All right. Read the question, form the function, and then normal method. 100 and 101. ये तो आंसर है. लिख लिया? लिख लिया तुमने? Find positive numbers x and y such that x plus y is the sum of two numbers is constant, and you have to basically maximize this. The function is already been given. X, y cube to be maximized. So I've taken this as P. You can take S or P, whatever. इसको maximize करना है. Now decide whether to replace y or x so that differentiation become easier. If I replace y, it'll be whole cube of 60 minus x. So I would rather replace x. X would be 60 minus y. So this is your function. You see, your function has to be always in one variable. If there are more than one variable, you have to get rid of the variable and remove the variable in such a way so that differentiation becomes easier. Now it's a normal question. Differentiate equated to 0, verify its point of maximum, minima, and then solve.
ये क्वेश्चन समझा दो प्लीज.
कौन सा?
ये वाले में समझ नहीं करना क्या इसमें.
मैक्सिमाइज करना है, एक्स वाई क्यूब को मैक्सिमाइज करना है, तो दो वेरिएबल एक्स एंड वाई, तो वी हैव रिप्लेस वन वेरिएबल.
नहीं तो हम लोग जो p इक्वल टू एक्स वाई क्यूब है उसको पहले डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे.
हाँ वही, हाँ नॉर्मल मेथड. नाउ दिस इज योर नाउ नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन ऑन डिफरेंशिएशन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई. Differentiating with respect to y, so it will be dp by dy. So if you want, you can open it also, 60y cube minus 60y4, right? Oh, only y4. On differentiation will be 180 y square minus 4 y cube. I find second derivative also because I'll find maximum minima using second derivative. So it will be 360 y minus 12 y square. This is equation number 2. This is equation number 3. Now, substitute dp by dy as 0 to get the critical point. So 180 y square minus 4y cube is equal to 0. Take common. 4y square is common. This is 25.
45.
No. 45 minus y. So either y is equal to 0 or y is equal to 45. So there are 2 points. And since we have to maximize the function, we have to substitute both in the second derivative. First, let me check. To verify its maximum minima. So if I substitute the second point in this, I'll get 0. So 0 is point of inflection. It won't be considered. But if I substitute y is equal to 45, then what do you get in the second derivative? dp2 by dy square is, you taken common now. 12y, this is 30 minus y, is it? So if I substitute here, it will be 12 into 45, 30 minus 45. Therefore, it is a negative number. Negative means y is equal to 45 is point of local maxima. So y is equal to 45 is point of local maxima. Y is 45 and x would be 15. The two numbers are 45 and 15.
सर एक बार वापस समझा दो, मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो गई.
Confusion क्या है इसमें? This is given to you.
हाँ
बिना डबल के how do you find point of maximum minima?
तो हमने सेकंड डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट करके ये देखा कि
Yes. Either you use first derivative test.
हाँ
यहाँ पे differentiate करना it was easier. So I have
हाँ
different once again.
हाँ
So that's why second derivatives. So now
हाँ
we have two critical points, y equal to 0, y equal to 45. Now which one is point of maxima? You need to
हाँ
verify that.
हाँ
Substitute the second derivative. So 45 gives you second derivative as negative.
हाँ
If the second derivative is negative, that particular point is point of
the
local maximum.
maximum. हाँ okay ठीक है thank you.
LBH. So top you can remove. Next 101. Any doubt? Any? Charvi? समझ में आ रहा है? Emma, have you done?
सर
हाँ.
सर अगर हम -4y³ को लाइक उस तरफ ले जाएंगे एंड उसके बाद y लाइक y² एंड y³ को काट देंगे तो हमारी y की वैल्यू डिफरेंट नहीं आएगी उस केस में.
कैसे आएगी? 180y square is equal to 4y cube. 180 by 445 तो होता है.
अच्छा
But you
सॉरी
never do
सर
this
गलत
cancellation
कर दिया था.
business. Otherwise, you'll lose one root.
ओके सर.
जैसे कि यहाँ पे y equal to 0 आ गया था ना एक root. If I do it like this, equating and then cancelling, so I won't get y equal to 0. So it's advisable not to, take other side and cancel. Rather take common and find the roots. So cancellation, you might lose one or two roots. Any other question? Siddhant,
यस सर.
हो रहे हैं questions?
हाँ जी सर.
Read करो. Read it loudly. Hmm.
सर
हाँ,
इस वाले में 18 या 5 आ रहा है
शायद.
101 में.
पढ़ो एक बार. Read loudly पढ़ो. This is a rectangular sheet. Dimension has been given. What is the dimension? Tell me fast. So this is say 24 and this is 45, right? Then, yeah, so you want to make it a box without top. Then, next. So we cut squares from each corner, right? So since we don't know what is the dimension of the square, let it be x. So we cut square of side x from the four corners. So x is a variable, right? So the question says we have to maximize the volume of the box. 1 minute. Now, since after cutting this part, if this shaded part is being cut, so after that you left only with this kind of sheet. So this is the sheet you left with. This dimension, now this will be folded from here. So once you fold it, this is x, this is 24 minus 2x, this is 2x. So this is the, now you fold it around this. You fold it like this, fold it like this, fold it like this. Once you fold it, it will be a box without the top. So this box has a height x, this box has a width 24 minus 2x, and this has a length as 45 minus 2x. And since volume need to be maximized, LBH, the function to be maximized is LBH. So our function will be V is equal to LBH. Equation number 1 to be maximized. And thankfully, we have only one variable. Differentiate it equal to 0. Thank you very much. दृष्टि सॉल्व करो। हम्म तुम कर क्या रही हो उसको? नहीं नहीं, पागल हो जाओगे। इसका तरीका ये है कि सिर्फ इन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करके फिर प्रोडक्ट रूल लगाओ। बहुत लंबा हो जाता है एक, चलो वैसे कर दो। नहीं नहीं, फिर कॉम, बट क्यूबिक तो नहीं आएगा ना कम से कम। वन, लाइक यू कैन मल्टीप्लाई इट एक्स विद वन ऑफ द and then apply product rule. Then you can open it. After this question, we'll be solving 127, 128, 129, 130. 127 to 130. She is multiplying completely. 18 and 5. He- After the differentiation. Okay. 12 9 जो 1808 होता है। हाँ, all right. Then use middle term split. डिफरेंशिएशन प्रैक्टिस नहीं हो रहा है क्या हमारा? कल एक्स्ट्रा क्लास है फिजिक्स वाली, 3:30 to 4, and then क्लास के बाद आधा घंटा, बिकॉज शी हैज ऑल्सो कम बैक। हाँ ठीक है, स्ट्रेट आ जाओगे ना। So she has multiplied, now she is differentiating it. 12 is common. Then you middle term split, 25 and 18 and 5. You get 2 points. So there are 2 points. X is equal to 5 and x equal to 18. And I think both are possible over here, right? So you need to decide which point is point of. हाँ, this will show it now. Only here you can find second derivative. यहाँ लिख लो. Find second derivative here and you can substitute. You find second derivative. नहीं, डायरेक्ट मत करो, सेकंड डेरिवेटिव करो एंड डिसाइड विच पॉइंट इज पॉइंट ऑफ मैक्सिमा, बिकॉज द मैक्सिमा इज द वॉल्यूम 24x minus 276. So this is the second derivative. So she'll substitute both the points, 5 also and 18 also. But 18 I don't think is possible. 1 minute, 1 minute. 18 will not be. Because 18 is not possible because the one of the dimension will become. This will be negative. So we can rule out this. But board में you have to show it. ठीक है? नहीं नहीं, अब once you have discarded x equal to 18, because this will be negative side, so x equal to 5 is your side, I mean x side of the corner. अब फाइंड क्या करना है? मैक्सिमम। हाँ, तो x equal to 5 is not the side. Side will be 45 minus 10. अच्छा, ठीक है, fine, then it's done. The side of the square to be cut is 5. X is equal to 5 is side of the square to be cut. 18 will be discarded because this will give you no sheet left for the making, the box. Now question 120, क्या बताया मैंने? 127 to 130. 127 to 130.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, why did we discard 18?
because if you take the side 18, no 10 will be left for the making box. This, look at this. This side is 24 minus 2x.
Acha, okay. And sir, what did we do after finding double derivative of
See, if the other answer was not 18, suppose karo, it was x equal to 5 and x equal to say 7, right? Then in the second derivative, we'll substitute 5 also. When you substitute 5, v double dash of 5 will come out to be negative. That means this is point of maxima, maximum volume. Then maybe x equal to 7 will give it second derivative as positive. So leave point of minima. So that is why
Okay.
we don't take x equal to 5. We don't take x equal to 7.
Okay, sir.
सर
Hmm.
127 करना है
127, 128, 128, 9 and 30 also. सारे करने हैं. The key points are square base. And then we need to maximize volume. And area of the sheet is constant. Okay? So suppose, no, value can't take, value need to prove. Suppose the box has base as x comma x, the square base, and the height is y. Let the height of the box be y, square base is x. No, not at all. Now, what is the total area of the sheet? The total area of the sheet given to us is c square. So this area should be equal to the area of 4 walls of this because the box is without lid, right? And the base also. So what is the area of the base? X square. What is the area of the one wall? This would be, this is x square. This one wall is xy, another wall is also xy, and all 4 walls are x and y, right? Got it? The 4 walls are x into y, x into y. See, you have the sheet, you have to convert into a box. The पूरे box का area should be equal to the area of the sheet. नहीं, no. तो अब क्या हुआ? Now we have 2 variables. I need to get rid of one variable. C is a constant. So which variable we can easily remove? Y. So let's get rid of y. Y would be this. Now what is the volume of the box? The volume function would be L
सर
B
2x² प्लस
H.
4xy नहीं होना चाहिए 2x².
2x square, y 2x square.
ऊपर भी तो फेस होगा ना दो.
ऊपर the sky है. It is open box.
ओके सर.
अरे वो we need to prove. It's an open box. सिद्धू.
सर क्वेश्चन में गिवन नहीं है बट.
अरे क्या बात करो? पढ़ना क्वेश्चन चिल्ला के.
An open box.
अरे गधे, ओपन क्या होता है, मूर्ख?
Sorry. समझ गया.
तुम ना क्वेश्चन ढंग से पढ़ा करो. So the function is x square into y. I need to get rid of y. C square minus x square by 4x. So this is your function. Now after this is a simple question as we have done earlier. Once you form the function, then you know what to do. So now this function is only in terms of x, one variable. Differentiate, find the second derivative also. हमारा हो रहे हैं
Yes, sir.
all
करिए.
these board questions. These won't be then entrance. Entrance अभी करेंगे after this. कैशा क्या?
Yes.
So dv by dx 1 by 4 c square into 1 minus 3x square, right? I'm finding the second derivative also because I need to show it is point of maxima or minima. So this is already negative. So whatever point you're gonna get will be point of maxima only. Second derivative is coming out to be negative without substituting x. Matlab, it will be point of maxima. Whatever points you get will be point of maxima. The second part is now substitute this equal to 0. dv by dx is equal to 0. Solve for x. 1 by 4 c square minus 3 x square equal to 0. So x will be c by ऐसा करना नेक्स्ट टाइम ना गेट क्या है. So c is basically x is c by root 3. So x is the dimension of the box. It cannot be negative. Otherwise, had it been some other question, x would be plus minus c by root 3. 2 points. But here it is dimension of a box, so it can't be negative. So now x is coming out to be c by 3. And what is y? Tell me. Y would be c square minus x square. X square would be c by root 3 whole square by 4x, which is c by root 3. So this is c square minus c square by 3. This is 4c by root 3. So 2c square by 3 into root 3 by 4c. So 2 and 2 cuts 2 times. This is root 3 and this is c by root 2 root 3. So we have already shown that the height is, this height is half of the side of the base. See, y is equal to x by 2. This we were supposed to prove. We can't take in the beginning itself. So y आ रहा है x by root 2. X by 2, sorry. Y is coming out to be x by 2. We were supposed to prove that height of the box is half of the side of the base. So y is c divided by 2 root 3. X was c by root 3. Y is coming out to be x by 2. See, x kitna tha? X tha c by root 3. Y is coming out to be c by 2 root 3. Divide the 2. So dividing the 2 will give you 2. X is 2y. Y is x by 2. Any question? Himanshi done?
Yes.
Jia?
Yes, sir.
Kia?
हाँ जी.
Rosh? Rochelle? Roche? Who's this?
Yes, sir.
Rochelle?
Yes, sir.
Next question. No, not combined. The outside, the boundary. Perimeters, the boundary until unless it's mentioned. Next. 128. Ragini.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the question also says to find the maximum volume. So we just have
So
to substitute
once
the
you,
values.
you can substitute here. So V max
हाँ
will
जी
be
sir.
x square, which is c by root 3 the whole square, into y, which is c by 2 root 3. So it will be c cube by 6 root 3, right? 3 into 2 6 होता है. Next. Read the question, draw the diagram, take the variables. Divsha, read the question in your loud voice. Divsha, पढ़ना.
The section of a corner window is a rectangle surmounted by an equilateral triangle. Given that the
129, 128.
128.
Again, say it again.
The section of a corner window is a rectangle surmounted by an equilateral triangle.
So this is a rectangle. It is surmounted by equilateral triangle. Say this is x, this is x, this is also x. I'll take this as y. So a window is basically a rectangle. It is surmounted by equilateral triangle. That means this will also be x. At the moment, I have two variables. Next.
The perimeter is 12 meter.
Yes, perimeter is always the outer boundary of the object until unless. What is perimeter? 12 is equal to, this won't be counted as perimeter. X plus x plus x, that is 3x. Right. Now what is to be maximized?
amount of light to be
The
admitted.
amount of light entering in a window is directly proportional to the
Area.
area of the window. So basically, you have to maximize the area of the window. So function is area of the window, which is area of the rectangle plus area of equilateral triangle, which is 3 by root 4 side square. This to be maximized. Now you can remove one variable. Now decide yourself which variable is it to removed, x or y. It's better to remove y, है ना? Remove y, then normal process, first derivative, second derivative, first derivative equal to 0. Differentiating with respect to x. उसे काट दो उसको. पूरा ही कटेगा. 6 minus 3x. 6. You can find the second derivative also. If you find second derivative, we can figure out whether the points are point of maxima or minima. Only one point is there. So if only one point is there, it will come out to be negative only. So minus 3 plus root 3 by 2, which is a negative number. So it is point of maxima only. Second derivative is coming out to be negative without substituting the point. कौन का? Pi RL. So now dA by dx is equal to 0. So 6 minus 3x plus root 3 by 12 minus 6x plus root 3x is equal to 0. 12 is equal to x minus x into 6 minus root 3. So the one side of the window is 12 by 6 minus root 3. The length of the window is this. And then you can find y also. क्या पूछा था? Dimension of the window. Okay. So for that, you have to substitute value of x in the function. They'll give you the maximum light which is entering inside the window. दिखाना है एक मिनट. That part you can do later, substituting x. Move to next question, 129. Forming the question is more important. संबित हो गया?
Yes, sir. हो गया.
नेक्स्ट करो. मनसीरत हो रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, what if the double derivative comes out to be positive?
Then there'll be point of local minima.
So, sir, how will we maximize?
So that won't be possible. Then we'll say it's
Acha,
not possible.
acha, okay.
So either there should be 2 points, but if the second derivative is coming out to be negative, then originally question is incorrect because it has to be to minimize the function. Double derivative could be positive only if you're minimizing the function.
Okay.
सेमी वर्टिकल एंगल क्या होता है सर?
Semi-vertical angle is this. Always draw a big diagram. This is semi-vertical angle. This is the radius, this is the height, and this is slant height. Surface area, curved surface area of a cone is always pi RL. Area of the base, because base will be always a circle. Total surface area would be always pi RL plus pi R square. Volume of a cone will be always 1/3 of the cylinder, 1/3 pi R square H. H is the vertical height. And L square will be equal to H square plus R square. So these are the formulas. नहीं, the product of R and L is a constant, not R and L individually. अगर S constant है, C S a constant है, मतलब R और L का product is constant, not R and L individually. Suppose CS is 10 pi, so RL would be 10. That doesn't mean R is 5 and L is 2. It could be the product is constant, not individually.
सर
Hmm.
1/√3 तो नहीं आ रहा है, 3 आ रहा है.
Sure. Very bad.
तो
Show that the semi-vertical angle with कोनो maximum volume. That means volume need to be maximized. To be maximized. Semi-vertical angle is alpha. It says to prove that alpha is sine inverse 1/√3. Or we need to show that sine alpha is 1/√3, right? Now there are two ways to solve this question. Either we convert everything in terms of alpha, because there are two variables at the moment. And what has been given is constant. Given, क्या था question? CS is constant. Yeah, so this is constant. This is constant. So you get rid of one variable out of this. I can use this and I can use this. R square you can replace by L square minus H square. And then you can replace R from here. L I can replace in terms of R. C. This I can take as C. So L is C by pi R. I've taken surface area, curved surface area C. which is constant. So L will be C by pi r. This L you can replace here. So r square would be C square minus pi square r square, right? Is that fine? Pi r L is C, L is C by pi r. Then I have this equation. I have replaced L. From here, I can find r square. No, it'll be difficult. You can find h. So from here, I'll find h. H square will be r square minus, no, it'll be c square by pi square r square minus r square. This is your h. See, if volume is maximum, then the square of volume will also be maximum. I want to just get rid of the root part. So you can always square this. If volume is maximum, then its square will also be maximum. So I'm squaring this so that I don't get root. I'll get rid of root. So V square is 1 by 9 pi square R4. And what is H square? H square is C square by pi square R square minus R square. Now this is my function to be maximized. Now it is only one variable. Just write it down. If you have any doubt, ask. If volume is maximum, the square of volume will also be maximum. So we have squared it. So that root हट जाएगा. There's no root. क्या हुआ? First, we get rid of L in terms of R. L we substitute here. We get h square. Since there is no h square, we square that. So V square is, you can multiply if you want, pi square inside. है ना? So 1 by 9, it will be C square R square, है ना? And pi square R 6. This TA. Now differentiate with respect to R. R is a variable. So when you differentiate this y square, V square I can let as y. So dy by dr will be 1 by 9. This is 2r c square minus 6 pi square r5. This you basically equate to 0. C square is a constant, pi square is a constant. This you equated to 0. So when this is 0, we have 2r c square is equal to 6 pi r5. So you get c square as 3 pi square r4. You get c is equal to root 3 pi r square. And what is c? C is pi RL. So root 3 pi r square. R and R cuts. Pi and pi cuts. So I get 1 by root 3 is equal to R by L. See in the diagram what is R by L in this right triangle? R by L is sine alpha, perpendicular by hypotenuse. So simple question. सेल्फी लेना मना है. Now you can answer this question by converting every term in terms of alpha also. Will be then you differentiate some trigonometric function then. ये
So
L is √3R. हाँ,
I found the value of R in terms of C और फिर मैंने उसको उससे H निकाल के फिर L निकाल के डिवाइड किया तो मेरा 1/3 आ रहा है।
नहीं आएगा, कहीं गलती की है तुमने। तुमने इतना बड़ा डायग्राम बनाया, उससे पता नहीं लग रहा तुम्हें? ये अल्फा है, R/L, perpendicular by hypotenuse.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how can we convert everything to alpha in terms of alpha?
Using sin alpha, cos alpha. See, sin alpha is R/L, cos alpha is H/R, right? And tan alpha is R/H. Use these and substitute over here. Convert in one variable. But you have to use this also. Pi RL equal to constant.
Okay.
But there you need to differentiate in terms of trigonometric function. You see, the key point was कि we squared this so that there's no root. राघव हो रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Vihan, suppose you want to convert,
हाँ जी सर।
question हो रहे हैं?
हाँ जी सर।
If you want to convert everything in terms of alpha, so rather than getting R, L and H, trigonometric function में convert करके फिर alpha के respect में differentiate करो। और उससे क्या होगा? Straight away sin alpha would be 1/√3. Next question. कौन सा? 129? 130 पहुंच गए हम लोग। ग्रेट। पढ़ने का रीड 130।
Show that the volume of the greatest cylinder, which can be
1 minute
inscribed.
1 minute भाई।
Sorry, मेरे को धीरे पढ़।
Greatest cylinder means we need to maximize the volume of the cylinder. You know that for a cylinder, volume is always pi r square h. CSA of cylinder is always 2 pi r h. Total surface area is always pi base area, top area, that is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Remember this. If you want, you can take 2 pi r common, r plus h. So these are the formulas for. So greatest means we need to maximize the volume of the cylinder. Next.
Which can be inscribed in a cone of height h and semi-vertical angle alpha is 4/27.
Which has to be inscribed.
Has to be inscribed in a cone of height h.
Small or capital?
Small h.
Okay, so this is small h. And we need to inscribe, we can inscribe infinite cylinders, of various dimensions. I can have this cylinder also. I can have this cylinder also. I can have this cylinder also. So infinite possibilities are there. So we want to, only one of the cylinder would have maximum volume. So for that cylinder, we need to find a dimension. इसने जंक नहीं खाया ना कुछ? Okay. So cylinder has to have the maximum. So alpha has been given. Semi-vertical angle.
Yes, so and semi-vertical angle alpha
Height
is
h. Okay.
4/27 pi h cube tan square alpha.
What is that? Maximum volume?
Now it says semi-vertical angle
Okay,
is.
perfect. So this is the cylinder. I know alpha, I know h. These two are constant. So let me take this as R. Radius of the cylinder to be inscribed, I'll take capital R. And height of the cylinder to be inscribed, I'm taking capital H. Remember that alpha is a constant, small h is a constant, and small r is also constant. Why? Because tan alpha is r by h. If you want, you can replace it here itself. R is h tan alpha. Alpha is a constant, h is a constant. That means height of the cone is a constant, radius of the cone is a constant. Now, we need to maximize pi capital R square h. R is a variable, h is a variable, both are variables. So the idea is to get one variable in terms of the other. Get rid of the variables. कैसे कर सकते हैं? See, what is this height? This is a right triangle and this is a right triangle. There are two right triangles which are similar. This one and the bigger one. This height is how much? H minus h. So in the smaller triangle, what is tan alpha? The height of the cone which is given to us already. So what is tan alpha in the smaller triangle? This is capital R. Capital R over base h minus h. In the bigger right triangle, what is tan alpha? Tan alpha, let it be tan alpha only because we need to find in terms of alpha itself. So tan alpha into h minus h is capital R. This R you substitute over there, you get rid of the variable. Alpha is a constant. Hmm. V is pi tan square alpha h minus h whole square into h. Now this is your function which is to be maximized. Differentiate it once. With respect to capital H, because capital H is a variable. Small h, R and alpha are constant. Pi is a constant, tan square alpha is a constant. This is product rule, h into h minus h whole square, h as it is, derivative of this, to h minus h into derivative of this, which is minus 1. R, small h, tan alpha, alpha, all these are constant. Only capital H and capital R were the variables. Yes. So pi tan square alpha. If you want, you can take h minus h common. H minus h, and this is minus 2h. This equated to 0. You get h is equal to h, which is not possible. Why it's not possible? Height of the cylinder cannot be equal to height of the cone. So height of the cone is 1/3 of height of the this minus sign. यहाँ से आएगा ना इक्वल टू 0. वो तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. कोन की हाइट के बराबर कांट so this is the only answer. अब फाइंड क्या करना था? मैक्सिमम वॉल्यूम. सब्स्टिट्यूट हो या आ जाएगा आंसर। निकाल लो, कर लो पूरा। वो तो भारी तो पड़ेगा इससे ही, जब पढ़े रहोगे पढ़ोगे नहीं तो भारी होगा सब कुछ। वन 32। h minus h is h/3. With pi tan square alpha, 2h/3 whole square is 4h square by 9 h/3. So 4h cube by 27 pi tan square alpha. Hmm? Total sum area has to be maximized. पढ़ना। Okay, one piece suppose x, another is 28 minus x. Further, so square is of side A and say its length is x, perimeter is would be x. So 4a would be x. Another into a circle of radius r and the perimeter is 2 pi r, it should be equal to 28 minus x. We need to minimize the area. So area to be minimized, area of the square would be this, area of the circle would be this, but we need to have only one variable. A is x by 4 whole square and r is 28 minus x by 2 pi whole square. This is the function to be maximized, minimized. So this is the function. Differentiate equal to 0. करो डिफरेंशिएट। I'll kill you। तो तुम डिवीजन रूल लगाओगी? फिर ये 16 कहाँ गया फिर? स्क्वायर ये कहाँ से आ गया? यू आर अप्लाइंग क्वेश्चन रूल, ठीक है। मैंने कितना का प्रैक्टिस करना है तुम्हें। We need to finish the assignment on differentiation. If you don't do that, you'll be like this only. सिक्सटीन कहाँ गया? फिर 8 कैसे? अच्छा तुम तो बहुत शॉर्टकट मारती हो। थोड़ी सी गलती होगी then it'll be like गलत है अभी भी। You need to apply chain rule here into -1। क्या आ रहा है? फिर करना बोर्ड पे करो, पता लगेगा तुम्हें। नहीं तुम्हें डिफरेंशिएशन करना है। You're not practicing enough। हम्म हाँ, it's the same thing, same answer, final answer will be the same। So now you find dA by dx। कर लो, write all the step, लिखो dA by dx। हम्म काट दो ना। नेक्स्ट टाइम इक्वल टू 0 करो। 2x by 16, then 2 काटना बाद, अभी तो बाद में लिखो। 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 4 पाई एंड डेरिवेटिव ऑफ 2 इंटू, अच्छा हाँ 2 इज ऑलरेडी देयर, 28 माइनस एक्स इंटू -1। अब करो सिंप्लीफाई। आ गया? आंसर चेक करो, असाइन पीछे होगा आंसर।
सर
माइनस या
उन्होंने पीछे आंसर में कैपिटल ए लिखा है।
आंसर में वो मे बी द आंसर शिफ्टेड, जस्ट सी 131 और 129। ठीक है, ओपन कर लो।
उसमें प्रूव दैट और शो दैट लिखा है।
ओहो, लाओ मुझे दो अब। इस शॉर्टकट मारने का ही होता है नुकसान। ठीक है, आई डू इट फ्रॉम हियर। So now 0 equal to x by 8 minus 28 minus x divided by how much? 2 pi. So it'll be 8 pi is LCM. So 4 pi x, sorry, 8 pi is LCM. This is pi x minus 4 into 28 minus x. So when you equate it to 0, it'll be pi x is equal to 4 into 28 minus 4x. तो पाई एक्स प्लस 4x इज इक्वल टू
176।
1
76, 176.
28 into 4 is 11. X will be 112 divided by pi plus 4. So length of one piece of wire is this. So that's your answer. Clear है? कल लेके आना मैथ्स का नोटबुक ना जहाँ तुमने प्रैक्टिस किया डिफरेंशिएशन. And how was it? How was it? Good. Nice. You don't write and practice. So more questions next time. And meanwhile, you practice these questions from the assignment. Next time, I'll be doing word problems from the entrance level, not this level. Okay? So chalo, I'll do few more questions of this level than the entrance level. So till then, keep practicing maths. Wish you a lot of maths.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.